Man, yeah. Anyway, what's up? This is gonna be a live little broadcast. Now I know at the time that I'm broadcasting, you ain't gonna be seeing this until I post it. So that's cool because I like to sneak them in on y'all when I do these. Okay, so let's talk about it. As you see from the title, I'm gonna be talking about a few different things. And it's not gonna be a negative video, but it's just gonna be a me keeping it real video. So not no beef when I say fake YouTuber. So let's get straight into the nitty gritty. Let's get the gaming stuff out the way real fast because that's what this is about. Okay, the Nintendo Switch, honestly, man, it looks pretty decent for a handheld console. As far as a home console, no, it's not that great. I see people complaining about the hardware. I'm a hardware nut, but at the end of the day, man, listen. It's a Nintendo. I mean, this is what they've been doing. I feel like all of getting on YouTube crying about it ain't gonna get us nowhere. That's why, if you noticed in the last Weapon Well podcast, I wasn't saying too much because I want to see Nintendo win at the end of the day, no matter how much they fuck up or people think they fucked up. I don't feel like I want to see them lose. Yes, I mean, it's like nostalgic because this is what I played as a kid. I grew up on the original Nintendo NES in the 80s. If y'all don't know, it came out in the late 80s and I grew up on that system. So I'm an original Nintendo fan. I mean, I go back to when they started. Nintendo and Sega were my favorite consoles. The Dreamcast probably would be my favorite console of all time currently. And then the PlayStation would be number two. So, I mean, take it how you want to take it. But yeah, and then the Xbox 360, of course. So now you got my three top consoles: Dreamcast, PlayStation 1, and matter of fact, should I pick PlayStation 2 over 1? Because I had a lot more fun with PlayStation 2 because that was the first time I got introduced to online gaming. So I'm going to put 2 there. I'm going to pick Dreamcast 1, PlayStation 2 second, Xbox 360 third, and everything else after that is crap. Now I'm just playing. but you know, that's how YouTube works. But anyway, I digress. So the system is pretty cool. I mean, for a home console, it ain't all that. I'm going to keep it real, but I have been looking to get a convenient home console. Like I have a NVIDIA Shield tablet. It's a little complicated and it is a little annoying. It does some things that I don't like. But when it comes to graphics, it's all there, of course, with NVIDIA. But it's not always all about graphics, and that's my point here. The Switch is not it looks pretty decent graphically for me on a handheld. I mean, yeah, it would be nice if it was at least 1440p, the display, because, you know, it does look better when they use those OLED displays for those devices and they put it in a higher resolution than 1080. It definitely does look better. I know a lot of people say you can't see the difference, but because of the display that they use, you actually can see the difference. You will definitely see the difference. So with that being said, the Switch, yeah, man, I mean, I'm rooting for it. Am I getting one? I currently am not going to be looking to get one. But here's the catch, y'all. Here's the catch. I'm going to make a deal with people. If I go to GameStop tomorrow morning and they have pre-orders available, which of course I don't think they will, I will pre-order one day one and get it. But I will not be posting like Nintendo gameplay on my channel. Let's get into that for a second. As you guys know, at E3, I did go to the Nintendo booth, and I ain't gonna lie, they did show me love. They was gonna let me skip the line and everything. My boy was with me, and they was like, yeah, we'll let you skip the line and see what we got. But when I saw what they had inside, I was not interested. But Nintendo seems to be friendly to content creators. However, I know a lot of y'all don't really know, you know, those Western companies tend to not understand the culture of YouTube, and they feel like if you're monetizing their stuff, then you have to like pretty much be to their liking. So it's a form of censorship and control, and I don't reform to that, sir. So with that being said, I will not be posting none of their reformed version of my own content. If I feel like something's trash and I want to call it trash, I don't want to have to be in fear of getting strike down for keeping it real. And if that's how they play, then I'm definitely not interested in destroying my YouTube channel by posting Nintendo games. So that's another X towards me of getting it, because I like to share my thoughts on games with y'all. Now, I haven't been doing that as often as I should, so I'm going to be doing a lot more of that, and I'm going to be live streaming a lot more. Whenever I'm doing reviews for games, I'm going to start live streaming those games. The problem is I get these games early that I review, and I can't live stream them until the day of release. Now, I know some of y'all might come through and some of y'all won't, but it's kind of annoying to have to go through that whole process of worrying about views and stuff, and I just want to play my game and I want to do a review. You understand? So that's why I don't really live stream as much. Now, in order for me to live stream too, I usually play games on my PC in 4K. There's no way to play in 4K and stream in 4K at the same time currently, unless, you know, you got a super network going on, and I don't. So that's a problem all in itself as well. Pardon me. So yeah, that's that. But as far as the Switch, I'm gonna be honest, I actually like being able to play Zelda, a real official AAA version of Zelda on the go, Mario on the go. That's pretty interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie. Just because it's not 1490,000p, doesn't mean I'm not gonna be interested. Like I said, I'm gonna make you guys a deal. I'll even record it. I'm gonna go to GameStop and have a conversation to see what the pre-order situation is, and if the pre-order situation is green lit, I'm on it. I'll definitely pre-order that joint. All right. So with that being said, let's move on to the next topic, and we'll touch and go on that as we go along. Now, the next topic is fake YouTubers. Now, this is not a drama section, but I want to explain something to some people out there because there's a lot of funniness I get, from the community. Nintendo people in particular. Okay. Dark Cloud follow me on Twitter and unfollow me. So I want to make it clear that that's the reason that I don't really niche well with him, as far as like, okay, when we're on the podcast, we seem like we may be cool. I'm not saying I'm not cool with that brother, but he did what he did. And if you unfollow me on Twitter after you follow me and I follow you, that's some bitch ass shit. That's some sucker shit. I know a lot of y'all be thinking I'm on some sucker shit. I promise you it's far from that. I promise you I really grew up in the street. I ain't gonna get into no details, but when you grow up that way and you see somebody do some sucker shit, you're gonna always look at them funny. Now, as far as the main cast of the Weapon Wheel, none of them ever did nothing to me. I was actually cool with Bond here and there from before through 7th. Of course, I interacted with Bond before, so it's not like I don't know who he is and he don't know who I am. So it's kind of natural how I fit in with the Weapon Wheel cast. BG, like I said, he's from the neighborhood, and he was always a good dude. I would bump into him all the time, so it was kind of natural for me to fit in. But I've been getting a little hate from some of the other YouTubers out there lately. I've been seeing it. I've been seeing a little the sneakiness and the politics, but it's cool. It's cool. I want y'all to know I ain't mad. This girl Nia, I think they call her the video gamer. She followed me and unfollowed me on Twitter. Titanfall Princess followed me and unfollowed me on Twitter. And Miss Titanfall Princess, let me tell you something real fast. The nerve of you, after I defended you when Hardy was calling you a fucking man. So that's why I want to put all this out here on one video and not do no drama. But I ain't mad at you, girl, but the nerve of you, because I was the one defending you when you were being called a man. I apologize for getting at you because you did block me on Twitter. And if you block me on Twitter for no reason, I'm a roast you. I'm a flame you. We will be internet enemies for life, forever. But anyway, I take this internet beef serious, dog. What you mean? Anyway, nah, I'm just playing. But yeah, I mean, the nerve of y'all, man. I mean, especially you, Titanfall, because we were interacting. All of a sudden, you started jumping on Iron Wolf's nuts, and now all of a sudden, you unfollow me. Real convenient and real obvious. And at the end of the day, let me say my stance on Iron Wolf. Fuck him all the way. I exposed him a long time ago for being a fucking fraud, and so did the No. And I think that's two valuable, credible sources. Me being as big as I am now, I'm just playing, but me being who I am and the No being who they are. I mean, you got one real cat, you got one industry situation, and we both telling y'all to do this a fraud. If y'all want to go on and carry on with that situation, whatever, I'm actually tired of the dude's name. I'm tired of talking about it. It's 2017, new year, new me, right? All right, but at the end of the day, not for real. For 2017, I got nothing to say about him, but I just wanted to bring these things up because from time to time they come up. And y'all people got to start watching my videos consistently to know what's going on, because I don't like to do these type of videos where I talk about these cats. So I'm going to put all this into one video where I'm just talking about some stuff. So at the end of the day, Iron Wolf pretty much got mad at me because I was talking to Bond about how to set up the Street Fighter fight between him and him, because they were like popping shit. And this is gaming, right? So he was popping shit. And I hit Bond up because I speak to Bond. And I was telling him about, yeah, man, you should set it up this way and that way. I guess he didn't like that I spoke to Bond and he blocked me. So that was that. That was cool. I don't really care at all if the dude blocked me on Twitter because I don't speak to him. I don't speak to nobody from BGST except Zaire. Zaire is the only person I speak to. And honestly, I'm going to be real right here, right now. If it wasn't for Zaire, I would be trying to kill some of the BGST cats. Literally, probably. You know what I mean? I'd be trying to slap shit out of these dudes if I seen them. So they should be grateful that I speak to Zaire, because if it was not for Next Gen 720, I would have been trying to put boot to ass when it came to a lot of those cats. All right, so let's get that clear too. Now at the end of the day, Iron Wolf is one of those things where he was talking shit about Uncharted 4. Of course, I have the screenshots and everything. I'm not gonna get into that. It's not that serious to go make a video about him and expose him on video and all that. But I pretty much got a conversation that we had where he was talking about why the PlayStation sucks and the shit, and then 2 minutes later, all of a sudden, he's a Sony pony. You know, it's obvious that that's a tactic on his end to get re-accepted and rebranded, because when he said he was quitting YouTube, what did I say? I said, no, the fuck he not. He's just going to recreate himself. See, if you follow me on Twitter, you would know I spit those facts for real. I said he gonna rebrand himself and he gonna pop back up on YouTube. And he didn't even change his name. I thought he was gonna at least do that. Nope, my man just 360 reversed and came back at y'all, and y'all ate it up with a spoon. So it is what it is. I ain't mad at that. I ain't hating on that. I ain't hating on Isis Wolf one fucking bit. You hear me? Do whatever it is that you do. I'm tired of you. But yeah, man, it's still a chance that, you know, if I see you, you might not like the conversation. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100, but it is what it is. I'm definitely gonna be, you definitely gonna be running for exits. You might feel a bad vibe, but I ain't gonna touch you, man. I definitely ain't gonna touch you, man. And you ain't gotta kill me. You ain't gotta be nobody dying, none of that. All right, because it is video games, and it is stupid to actually put hands on people over video games. That's just me keeping it 100. I might like to, I might want to, you know, it might happen, but it definitely won't be me. Put it that way. Nah, I'm joking. I ain't gonna hurt nobody over no fucking video games. But at the end of the day, yeah. So that's the situation. I don't know what's up with all the fake love and the phony supporters and the wishy-washy cats out there, but I'm just calling y'all out. Some of y'all needed to know that I peeped what you did. Nia, the video gamer, that chick with the natural hair who is a Nintendo fanatic. I don't got no problem with you, but that was some sucker shit you did. So let me say your name. I don't fight with women. Titanfall Princess, if you was a dude, I would probably be beefing with you. So once again, I don't fight with women. So I'm just telling y'all what y'all did that I peeped, and I'm blowing it up in public. All right. It could get worse as far as the whole Titanfall Princess situation, but it's all good. You know what I mean? I guess she doing what she feel like she gotta do, and it is what it is. I mean, like I said, if she took offense to this, I still wouldn't beef with her. If she tried to like come at me, I wouldn't beef with her. I'm not gonna beef with a girl. But at the end of the day, I just had to address that situation. All right, so that's that. Now moving on to the Weapon Will Podcast website, and some of you Patreons, I want to say shout out to y'all and thank you. But I need to talk to some of y'all now. This is something I want to say, and I'm gonna say it on the podcast when the podcast goes up tomorrow. If you're gonna complain about anything pertaining to the Patreon and what we do over there at the podcast, and I'm speaking for me, of course, but I'm assuming anyone with logical sense will agree with what I'm about to say. You have to be a participant. Don't be nickel and diming, counting people money or telling people what they got to do for donations if you are not contributing to the Patreon. Okay, so if you're not contributing to the Patreon, don't be worrying about what Jack Move is doing, what Bond is doing, what I'm doing. Don't be worrying about what people doing if you have nothing to do with the situation. Outside of watching, which of course is good. If you want to watch and support that way, of course they're going to say that's fine. Who wouldn't want viewers? Not everybody in the Patreon that's going to watch the show is going to be able to support. So that's understandable. But at the end of the day, if you know you're not one of those people that's able to support, or you just don't want to support, fine. But at the end of the day, don't be that guy that talks about what everybody's doing and why they shouldn't be doing it because of the Patreon, and you're not supporting the Patreon. I already caught a guy doing that. He said some things that he didn't realize. If he would have been a Patreon, he would have known what was going on with certain situations. See, I know a lot of y'all don't get this, but I'm not a stupid person. I do know how to expose, and I do know how to, you know, catch people in their shit. And I let a lot of things slide on YouTube. I promise you, 90% of the time, I'm letting a lot of shit slide. If you notice that, people call me a monk pretty much for the way that I keep my discipline. Now, at the end of the day, though, I don't want to have to turn into Bond and start getting at some of you cats. But listen, if you know you're not in the Patreon, and there's ways for us to find out, of course, we have the list of people who are in the Patreon. But if you know you're not in the Patreon, do not, I repeat, do not try to tell people what they have to do. Don't try to finesse us into doing something that you think we should do, and you're not even considering the Patreon. So stop speaking on the Patreon if you are not a participant, okay? Because that doesn't even make sense. You're that Samuel Jackson and Django cat when you do that type of shit, all right? So with that being said, this video is probably long enough as it is. I spoke about the 3 topics. I wanted to just make a quick little address about. I will be live streaming as soon as I get some games to come out. I'm waiting on a specific game to come out on the 31st. If that goes through, I'll be live streaming that. I'll probably start live streaming the Division, the PTS for that. It's supposed to go up soon for the new patch, and it's going to be some PvP stuff. and all of that. So I'm gearing up now. If anybody's on the division on PC, definitely hit me up or add me so we could gear up, because I do need to gear up. I've been out of that game for a little second. Do follow me on Twitter, of course, and do remember to subscribe. And if you're not subscribed, hit the button. If you are subscribed, hit the bell next to the name so you can get the notification when I go live or when I upload videos. And fuck with your boy, because you know I got it. But anyway, at the end of the day, yeah, that's that. Now, let me say this real quick. The Weapon Wheel podcast website is finished. There's just some art that need to be added to the site. I'm not going to get into too much details till BG, announces it, because there's a couple of things that do need to be done before it's shown to you guys. But I will say that I believe BG is looking for serious writers for the website. So if you guys know your serious writers, holla, make sure you let him know something. Or you could let me know something. If it's good or whatever, I'll tell him and show him, and he'll decide on, what's what and what, because I'm pretty sure he's looking for some good writers right now, some good talent over there. So we would like to see that. There will be a forum for you guys to come to and talk about the podcast and all that other stuff, but I'm not going to get into too much details, like I said, until he announces everything, and it will break everything down to you guys then. But I'm just putting it out there for you people that are serious about being writers for a website. There's some perks and benefits that come with that for you as a person, of course, getting that experience. And I'm not going to get into too much details outside of that. Like I said, that's said enough. That's that. Yo, enjoy your Friday, guys. I'm out of here. I got to go take care of some stuff. But yeah, let's just keep that going. And yeah, that should be it. So I talked about the website, the fake YouTube situation with these lames out here, these chicks acting funny on me and all that. The Nintendo Switch, man, I could go on for hours about that one game, but I'll talk about that later. Anyway, I'm out of here, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, of course, as usual. And yeah, peace, man. And like I said, tomorrow morning I will check on that Nintendo Switch pre-order, and if that joint is available, you will see me getting a Nintendo Switch. I might even go live and do it on Twitter or something like that. You get what I'm saying? I might go live and do it instead. That might be a better thing. So follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. And, I like to get into it on Twitter a little bit as far as like talking about certain things that I do not talk about on my channel. But I will be talking more about what I think of certain games on the channel. I talked long enough. I'm out of here. Peace.